you following me for? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Got a really big show. Really big show. Oh. That's what Uncle Milty used to say. No, that wasn't Uncle Milty. Who was that? I can't remember. Anybody? Anybody? Ed Sullivan, that's who it was. Ed Sullivan. Hello. They took my oil too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a turd, that's right. Spent about 40 minutes yesterday shaving this thing off. Wisconsin Greg. It was rough. Really rough. I think I might have to do some trimming right there. Oh well. He may be. You see where the Dick Taster from Columbia said he wasn't afraid. He ain't going nowhere. Okay. It looked like somebody killed a possum. When I threw it all into the trash can, it looked like a possum laying in there. Kathy was going to cut my hair yesterday. So she had Kyler, and she told Kyler she was going to shave my head. Well, Kyler came running in, and he ran by the bedroom, and I was sitting there watching TV. I said, hey, he come by back, and he looked at me and took off running. He ran back to Kath. And I said, what happened? He said, you already shaved him. I said, he was scared. I think he didn't realize who I was at first. I went and did something I shouldn't have today. I bought New York strip steaks. New York strip. That's what we had for dinner tonight. It was New York strip steaks. Fried potatoes and mushrooms. Yeah, yeah. I got some Barbasol razors and Barbasol shaving cream. And I like the shaving cream. The razors I could do without. They're not working too damn good. Oh. You glad you didn't eat with me? Yeah. I had plenty. I made an extra steak just in case. Oh. Now that the holidays are all over with, I can't wait for Valentine's Day. They've already got the hearts and everything out already. Yeah, and the cards. They've had them out before Christmas. You're right. Oh, they keep the Peeps in the dollar stores because people buy them year round. I love Peeps. I do. I think they keep the birds year round because it's not really a Easter candy then. The bunnies is, but not the birds. So. Yeah, you go to this Dollar Tree up here, and they have two of them in town, and you can find Peeps 365 days a year up here. I like a good hamburger steak. My mom used to make hamburgers. She always made hamburgers with onion soup mix. They were always juicy, and they were always full of flavor. Then again, I think beef back then was a lot different than it is today. Not near the chemicals. He did. They were out riding the streets in New York. They were riding in the streets in New York, And in Miami and I don't know, San Francisco or whatever hell it was, they weren't rioting. They were rejoicing because there's so many Venezuelans that live in both of them town or cities that they were just having a heyday celebrating out in the streets. But CNN or whatever was down in Venezuela to find all the people that were upset that Maduro was taken by us, and they found one woman that was screaming about it. Yeah. But I bet you they didn't go and look at all the people having a heyday in the in the streets celebrating. I know, just can't win. Damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Just can't win. Guy I did auctions for up in Hudson, he wants me to do an auction on May 7th or March 7th. It's got a lot of stuff there, coins and odds and ends and stuff like that. Oh, I got to get a hold of them. I'm gonna do it, I think, but I think I'm gonna do it like I did the last time I did an auction. Is I made 50 sausage, bacon, and muffin sandwiches. With what I'm gonna do is make them the morning of, and take those up there in my heated containers. That and coffee. And I don't know if I'm gonna take pop, but I'll take water. Oh. Yeah. Oh, last time I did 50, I come home with 2. And I sold 2 coffee pots of coffee and I don't know, 25 or 30 pops, probably that many waters. Huh. Why was it buffering, was it? there's ads. So we're making money. I seen where Ricky and the boss. Ricky wants to open a daycare. That was funny. They'd be caught. Listen here. There's that state and all them counties, and then you got 49 more states. How long do you think? I know what I'm talking about. There's no fraud in Minnesota, according to the leader of Minnesota, the governor, and we all know that Governor Tim Walz is a stand-up man. True blue, 100% stand-up man. I don't think that guy could tell a lie if he wanted to. And they've been combating fraud for 7 years. I'm thinking that Nick Shirley, that's all made up. Yeah. Well, that's what CNN's saying. They are the most trusted news source, you know. I wish I knew something too. The only thing I know is nothing. I know nothing. It got Sergeant Schultz through it all. It'll get me through it. He could be. I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Dale? Other than my crippling arthritis is killing me, but I'm all bound because I've been cold. So I got all my dishes done tonight. Everything's done already. Mess is cleaned up, put away. I don't have to worry about that tomorrow morning when I'm done. I think I'm going to go to Walmart and buy a 5 box of eggs. $9.95 for 5 dozen. Yeah, I can live with that. My daughter, she isn't getting eggs right now, and what eggs she is getting, she's already got promises. Sell them if you can. I'll buy them if I have to. So. I think I'm going to go to Walmart tomorrow and pick up 5 dozen eggs, put them in the refrigerator in here. I have a dozen already, but I could eat breakfast for dinner a couple nights a week. I like an omelet. I like over medium eggs. I like scrambled eggs. So it's good for you. The incredible edible egg. They are slow this year. I mean, you're right. Oh, don't get me wrong. If she had eggs, I'd take them, but I don't want to take her eggs if she can sell them. You know, I'd rather have her sell them. I've offered to buy feed, you know, for the eggs that we get. I've offered to buy chickens and feed. Let them take care of them, and, you know. And I know it's going to be 42 degrees. I'm hoping it's going to be 30-something degrees tomorrow. I'm hoping that the roofing guys are going to be here within the next few days. I was looking at Lowe's for a front door and a new door for here. And every time I punched up exterior door, you know, front door, they take me to the doors that are $3,000 and $4,000. Are you kidding me? A $3,000, $4,000 door? Are you kidding me? Not this guy. For $4,000, it itself and close itself and lock itself. I have no idea if they got enough Mexicans for a crew or not. Are you talking about the roofer or Lowe's? The roofers, hey, tennis shoes, you old snuggle bunny, you. Hi, Tammy. The roofing crew, a Mexican guy owns it, and his roofers are all white. I don't know what kind of doors they are. I was looking at the $400 and $500 doors myself. Even I think that's too much money, but you know how it is. Well, the ones that were here were. They had two guys here measuring the roof, and they were both white. I'm talking about the guys that were here measuring the roof. I I don't know. The guys that did the rubber roof, they were all white. So, and that, so was the roof. And we need to talk about that because I talked to both of them. They were both white. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! That was close. Almost lost you guys. You have exteriors on your bedrooms? Yeah. That'll help keep the hurricane winds out, won't it? Huh. All right, I wanted to, I was looking down. And then the storm doors, you know. I want to buy a storm door for the house. I'm going to buy a Larson. I think they're the best that are made. We put a Larson storm door on the other house. You know, back then, back in 1999, 1999, it was $300 for just that Larson door. A crescent moon window in it. I'm thinking about just getting one with a peephole in it because they're about $100 cheaper than the ones with windows. I couldn't tell you. And they don't keep the storm away. You're right. But I tell you what it will do, a Larson storm door, it'll keep the meter, or excuse me, the water shut-off valve that's at the surface, you know, ground level, it'll keep that from coming through your house after it's been propelled by a lawnmower. Neighbor across the street was mowing their lawn, hit their water shutoff valve, and it sent it across the street and dented up our $300 Larson door. But it stopped it from coming through. Yeah, they sure will. Yeah, well, hey, we can put new doors in here for you. How much? $17,650 each. And that's a good deal. We guarantee them for 20 years. Huh. It's a good deal for somebody, but it ain't a good deal for me. You cut up a deer today? Well, that's good. Somebody give you a deer, or did you get one? Yeah, they got good financing too. Yeah. Well, it should stop a drone. Them water shut-off caps, they weigh about a pound apiece. So, and I'm sure when it come across the street, it was doing 90 mile an hour or better. Did you get yourself some deer meat? It wasn't a meter, it was a cap that goes for the shut-off valve that goes into the ground. It sheared the cap right off. I don't even know where the lid is or was. The lid was nowhere around, but the top, the faucet top, or you want the shut-off valve top, is solid steel, and it's got the two holes in it for the tool. So that comes zinging across the street and hit the house. I couldn't find out where it hit the house until I was across the street and could see the storm door was dented. Yeah, he'd have run 3 blades in the motor. Yeah, that's right. It would have. It did. Blew the top off that sucker. Well, that's cool. Yeah, when you go outside there, Amish just play the stray cat strut by the stray cats. That way the cats will have some music to listen to. Go running with my tail in the air. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's right, strutting your stuff. Yeah. Stray Cats Strut, official music video. Probably gonna need one. Yeah. Imagine that. The nerve of her. Did you tell her not to? That you were busy? Hi, Tammy. You wiped your screen out. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get it all over. The other day I was sneezing and Kathy said, "Bless you." I said, "I think I'm allergic to Kyler." That little kid, I'm telling you. We took him to the store. He had $20 he got for Christmas. So I took him to the store because he wanted to buy something for this $20. And I said, "What you gonna buy me?" And without missing a beat, he looked me square in the eyes and said, "Nothing." Ah, yeah. That'll teach her. That's right. Anyways, I said, "Well, I always buy you." He said, "Well, if you want something, you buy it." That's what he told me. Can you imagine that? After everything I do for that kid? Right. Yeah, I know. He could have given us $20. That's right. No, no. No. He wanted to spend it on stuff. And then Kathy ended up spending $2 on him at another store. I said, "What do you mean you spent $2?" "Well, I had to get it for him." Well, he had his own money. Ain't how it works. Yeah, I had to work something out. That's right. I seen the mayor at Myers when I was there. Oh, she was so nicey. She said, "Well, we missed you at the last meeting." I said, "I forgot all about it." I said, "I'll be there Monday, though." "I sure will. I'll even leave early to make sure I got me a good parking spot." I was going to give her a little um, taste of what was going to go on Monday night, but I'll just wait for her to, wait for my turn to talk, and then, you know, she'll be able to understand where I'm coming from. Yeah, they got a break from me. They didn't send me a Christmas card, or they didn't call me and ask me if I was okay or nothing. They weren't worried about me. There you go. Well, the last mayor, he called me a couple of times, and hey, yeah, this is Chuck Jacobson. You the mayor? I said, yeah, I know who it is. Hey, could you come sell some hot dogs? We got a big event going on. I said, that's not how it works, Mr. Mayor. I said, I could come down there and do that, and then I could lose my license for doing that. I have to tell the health department when I'm doing this stuff. I got to give them 3 days notice. You're kidding? I said, no. Just can't do something on the spur of the moment. So I said, if you got something going on and you want somebody to do some, vending there, let me know, in advance, so we can advance and I can do it. I did one for the city library on their 150th birthday, and they wanted 500 hot dogs, 500 drinks, and I can't remember what else, and then a couple hundred waters, and I give them a price for it, and they said, that much, huh? I said, I'm cheaper than anybody else in town. You go ahead and get an estimate from somebody else and see what they're going to charge you. They called me back a couple of days later and said, you come in $600 cheaper than everybody else. I said, I told you. After all you spent there, I would take my business someplace else. Yeah. And that one was a big event for us because I had there's Kathy and I, my son was there, the two granddaughters, and Cody was there, and my daughter. That's how busy it was. And when we left there, we had probably 8 or 9 bottles of water, and that was it. All the hot dogs were gone, and all the pop was gone. But once everybody finds out they got free food in the county, the government's paying for it, they all show up. I should have. What? Yeah. Gonna have to give somebody an attitude adjustment today. Yep. I can see it's gonna happen. Gonna dust them off just for good measure. Uh-huh. Oh man. Our son, he's taking off. He's going down to Columbus. He's got to pack a bag, so I guess he's staying down there for a while they're working. Oh, you coming back for some more? Hey, could you turn that coffee pot on? Not the coffee pot. How on? You did. Hey, it's hard being the boss.
Yeah.
I know. Somebody's got to do it. If they only knew. Let me give her. She needs a dose of hickory. Yeah. Just a little bit.
I don't think you want to be alive.
Oh, are you threatening me? Uh, that was some pretty good tea there. Sweet and spicy.
What is it? Wine that you're drinking?
It's in them big boxes. I don't know. I didn't know I didn't know you had tea here, and I wasn't able to have it.
Well, not kill it.
I'm not. Huh. No, it's right there by the toaster.
That's mine.
Okay, stick up your ass soon.
Run that back by me.
I didn't think she'd catch that one, but I guess she did. There's nothing that here is yours. It's ours. Everything is yours and mine. It's ours. I know it can't anyway just do it. Right. Didn't do much this weekend. I took them all down, put them right there so we could get to them. Be easier to have a tea at night. With the peach one. The other one is like orange and cinnamon or something, I think. And they got sweet and spicy. And yeah. So Mrs. Junkyard think that them bags were pretty neat. I thought that was pretty neat. There was a woman that took feed sacks and she'd wash the inside and the outside with soap and water. After she'd cut the bottom out of it and she'd wash them out inside and outside, clean them up. Then she would cut part of it away and make, fold it up in half and all this. She would make handles. And she would turn that feed stack into a grocery bag. Like you go to the store and use. Pretty neat. If you had a bunch of them hanging around, you could cut them out, sew them up if you were good at sewing. You make $5 a piece sewing them. You didn't see anything you liked? You were looking at them, you said, oh, the one, what the hell is that one? I think the peach would be good.
Just mind your business and have fun with it.
Yeah. You lose my arm. I have to pay Mr. Junkyard $10 a piece to make them. Make it up in volume. Oh. Oh. Anyways, we didn't do much. Kathy, she went over to our son and daughter-in-law's yesterday morning. They asked her if she wanted to come over for brunch. And she said, yeah. She said, you want to go? I said, no. Yeah, Debbie Dingleberry. Yeah. Yeah, she's a trip. Her and her worthless husband, he passed away. He was a senator, a representative or whatever. And then he passed away. He was the longest representative or senator, I don't know, in Washington. Was there the longest. And then he passed away. John Dingell. Well, then she took his place. And they're both so damn crooked, it's pathetic. Oh, that's fancy, all right. They had ham and sweet potatoes and green bean casserole and I don't know what else, dressing and, you know. So she went over there and she knew what she was going over there for because Kyler wanted to come over. So she had brunch, at basically lunch, and then come home with Kyler. Oh, yeah, she brought me home some stuff. It was pretty good. I'm going to make chicken noodle soup tomorrow. I'm going to throw in one stalk of finely chopped celery in it. And I think I got some carrots. I'm going to put some carrots into the chicken noodle soup. And that's what we're going to have for dinner tomorrow night. I got the fresh frozen noodles. You know, I'm becoming a big fan of them. I prefer those way more than I do regular hard noodles. Made ham and bean soup. I made ham and pinto bean soup. I think Thursday, right? No. I think I made it Wednesday. And she said she paid the price. That's hard to believe. I don't know how could you pay the price? Yeah, that was good soup. Really good soup. I took one chicken and some noodles, yeah. I took probably about a pound of ham, cut it all up, maybe a little more than a pound of ham. I had pinto beans in a can, so I opened up 4 cans of pinto beans, and then a couple of cans of stewed tomatoes. I took some a ham broth package and put it in there with hot water, and then a Sazon seasoning package I put in that too, and 2 onions chopped. sliced onion, and I cooked it. And I let it simmer for about 20 minutes. After it come to a boil, I brought it to a simmer and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. That was delicious. I liked it. And I still got probably another pound of ham in the freezer. So when I make regular bean soup. Well, yeah, if you're talking about soup from Camp Bells or whatever, yeah. I have right now, I probably got a 3-pound bag of pulled chicken from the rotisserie chickens. And that's in the refrigerator. And that will be probably 3/4 of it will be emptied out and then cut up into smaller pieces and put into the chicken noodle soup. You'll have a piece of chicken in every bite. That's sort of like Bush's baked beans with, with real pork. Yeah, you get a piece of fat in it, 1 inch by 1 inch by 1/4 inch thick, and that's it. I like good baked beans too. I start off with the Bush's original baked beans when I make mine. My sister said, well, why don't you start out with regular beans and make it? And I said, because why would I want to spend 2 days making a pot of baked beans? By the time you soak them all day and clean them and rinse them, soak them, clean them, rinse them, soak them, clean them, rinse them, soak them, and then start your bean pot, you got 2 days into it before it's cooked. I like baked beans, but I don't like them that much. But I'm talking about for baked beans. You have to soak them more than that because you can't get the sauce to go into them if you don't soak them more longer. I'm watching the Good Night channel. All right, everybody, it's time for me to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. I got to do a special tune-up over there. Yeah, she knows better than that. I love her. She knows it. Have a blessed night, everybody, and take care.